and it's in the woods. They had to seal one of the wells. Casing failure.
Yeah.
They tried to fix some of them. Some of them they claimed they fixed, and some they sealed. I'll show you the house up there.
And you're saying the Bakers were the first house where there was a failure?
Well, the Baker's site. Their house was okay. The house I showed
but their
you.
casing failed.
Their casing failed. And then it affected their neighbor, the Fiorentinos, who they've given all kinds of interviews.
Which is right over here.
Right here. They got their water buffalo in that case, in that shed. Eventually they put them in sheds. They had 2 trailers on here, so they're removing a trailer, so it looks like a mess. They don't live here. They moved out and took a settlement, moved 3 miles away.
Wow.
So they're burning it, I guess.
What the heck?
It was lived in like a month ago.
It's
And the water buffalo's been removed. Look at this. Nobody's here. Mrs. Fiorentino's property. She has maybe about 4 acres. 1,000-gallon buffalo, but then they have the stack over their well.
Yep.
See that stack, the emission stack? The gas wells are in the woods there, 1,000 feet away, almost about 1,000 feet. She was the first migration. She had an explosion January 2009. That was the first indication that methane is migrating after they drill in some cases.
Yeah.
So this thing had a concrete slab on top of the water well cellar. There was a cellar here holding the water well, and exploded in January. It went up in the air. So much gas built up in the cellar that poof, it went up. And then they had to be tested. They found explosive levels in this house and a bunch of other houses. People started calling up. My water's changed. My water's fizzing like crazy out of the faucet. It's changing color. It's making me sick when I take a shower. I'm feeling the gaseous fumes, you know? This was one after another, and DEP was going crazy trying to figure out what the heck's going on here. Why is this happening? Then they figured it was casing failures, they claimed, which who knows if it's the whole story, but that's what they're claiming.
Right.
And spills.
But multiple casing failures.
Multiple casing failures. That was Cabot, the professional who came into our area. Why are you having multiple casing failures? I thought you knew what you were doing. Aren't you a professional from out west? Are you still practicing? Are we like being practiced on? Why did you have multiple failures? Are you cutting corners? What are you doing? Are you using drilling companies that are just cutting corners? Or, you know, they...
So do you remember how many casings actually failed out of how many wells?
Yeah, I have to see. I have to look it up whether it was 7 and how many homes were affected. There was about 2 dozen.
2 dozen
It's listed
homes.
in the consent order. You can read it. It's like, I don't know if it's 20, 30 pages. Gives all the gory details.
Right.
This is part of the Sarantino property, this trailer also. And she took a small settlement, maybe 50,000, and then built a house near her daughter 3 miles from here. This is the famous Carter Road that's in Gasland. There's a little sign. Carter Road, with Josh Fox filmed all the families. And we have several families here that called for complaints.
So this is where he was able to, where they had tap water that would light on fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had tap water that would light on fire.